Mr. President, the room is yours.
Thank you very much. All right, good evening, everybody, once again. We have a 4.5-hour program that we would like to go through. And then we have 3 commercial breaks, but no, I'm just kidding. Welcome again to the President's Reception and the Banquet. Very excited to be here with all of you folks. First and foremost, did you guys have a great time on this conference? Mr. Rondinello, but more importantly, Deanne and your team, thank you very, 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 very much. I'd like to recognize a few people that are in the room tonight and some people that were at the conference but are no longer here. We have several dignitaries from the American Association of Airport Executives, aka SWAAAE. 2 are here. 1 had to leave, but we have been blessed to have them all here with us. I'd like to recognize, and I would ask them to stand to be recognized, Todd Hopley, who is the president and CEO of SWAAAE. He's not here right now, but he did say peace, because that's what he wanted me to tell you guys. Our chair of SWAAAE, who made it through the whole conference, Mr. Scott Brockman. And our very own family member, second vice chair, Todd McNamee. I would also like to recognize our current board of directors who made my life significantly easy because they did all the work and yelled at me a lot. But for the board of directors, please, if you can all please stand up, I'd appreciate it. Let's give them a round. Now this is something that I'm going to be in about 15 minutes, well, probably like 25 minutes. I would like to recognize all of the past presidents of the Southwest chapter, if they can all please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Now the fun stuff. First-time attendees who made it through the whole SWAAAE conference. Why is that funny? Please stand. All right. Yes. As I like to say, welcome to the family. Our students, very important. That's one of our future goals here. How about our students, if they can all please stand and be recognized? Our student. Yeah! I'm so proud of my nephew right there. And then, of course, near and dear to our heart, our veterans. All our veterans out there, please stand up, please be recognized, and thank you for your service to your country. And I heard a really great joke from Carl today that I haven't heard before about the Marines and they're in the men's department or something like that. Stir the pot, stir the pot. But more importantly, I don't know if you're aware, but folks that were at the sessions, one of the big things that SWAAAE has done, thanks to our pit, was to, instead of giving gifts to the speakers, what we have been doing is on behalf of SWAAAE, donating money to the Wounded Warriors Fund. So this is what we've been doing. I believe we doubled it this year, $1,000. So $1,000 towards Wounded Warriors. And then finally, we want to thank our good friends at Mead & Hunt because they donated the wine tonight. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so I don't mean to bring this down a notch, but I think it's very, very, very important to talk a little bit about this. One of our brethren has passed away unexpectedly about a month and a half ago. Mr. John McMahon. He's the Buckeye, Arizona airport manager. Unfortunately, passed away on a plane crash unexpectedly. So I'd like to take a moment to just read a little bit about him because I had the opportunity to meet with him and talk to him. We have a Arizona quarterly aviation directors meeting. And we had the opportunity to spend some time. And this gentleman was the nicest guy you could ever meet. So indulge me in a moment. I just want to read a little bit about what they put on the website in the city of Buckeye. They put this on their main page because they appreciate him so much. So it says, "It's with heavy hearts we are sharing the story of John McMahon, the city of Buckeye's airport coordinator, who passed away tragically on June 27, 2017. The entire city mourns the loss of John, says Mayor Jackie Meck. John was a very special man who loved his family, his faith, and always saw the very best in people. The city of Buckeye has lost a family member and will be missed greatly. John worked at Buckeye since 2012 as a maintenance worker, and then he became the airport coordinator. He's gotten very, very involved with taking care of the day-to-day operations, with working with the FAA and the Arizona Department of Transportation. He's the sole employee of that airport, and John truly was a jack of all trades." Now, these are words from them. He also worked with their advisory board to ensure that the Buckeye Airport was up to date and was very successful, and did a very big deal with regards to airfare and a marathon. John fell in love with flying and earned his private pilot certificate while being employed with Buckeye. He also recently passed the rigorous testing to become a certified airport manager in aviation, so a CM. So he just was moving towards that. He has a degree in Christian ministry and became an ordained Christian minister in 2000. John was born in Phoenix and moved to Buckeye in 2016. He's survived by his beautiful wife and his 3 children. The entire city of Buckeye, and I can say on behalf of the Southwest chapter, is deeply saddened by the sudden loss of John. He was more than a coworker. He was our friend and a part of our family. We wish him peace and love to John's family during this difficult time. So if we can just take one moment to appreciate the loss of a brethren. Thank you. Thank you for letting me indulge. Okay. I know it's kind of a bummer, but I think it was important to do that. I know John is probably smiling up there. He's probably going to tell me, if I can hear him right now, he'd say, "Get this party started, let's go." So we're going to bring it back up a notch. But again, I want to do a special thanks one more time to John Wayne Airport, Barry Rondinella, Deanne Thompson, the whole conference committee for planning a successful 71st annual summer conference. So right now I'd like to introduce Mr. Barry Rondinella to recognize the conference sponsors and exhibitors and to present a conference recap. Mr. Rondinella, please come on up.
Well, first of all, thank you all so much for being here. This would not have been the party that it was without you here, so thanks. This has been great. Have you had a good time? So if you were part of the conference committee, would you just take a second and stand up, please, so people can recognize you? They have spent the last year working awfully hard to put this together for you, and I think they did a fabulous job, and I just couldn't be prouder to be a little piece of the team. These guys really did all the work, so thank you all. You guys did a great job. So I get to read the sponsors, and this is kind of a long list, which is a good thing, because we have a lot of sponsors this year that have never sponsored a SWAAAE conference before, so I think that's really great. So let me just run through these. John Wayne Airport, Signature Flight Support, Kaufman Associates, Mead & Hunt, they're new, right? New. ACI Jet, Laz Parking, Visit Anaheim, AECom, Kimley Horn and Associates, RS&H, Flagship, thank you, Mariella, Atlantic Aviation, Swinnerton, Lion Air Museum, Clear Channel, Visit Laguna Beach, Lamar Alliance Airport Advertising, CNS Companies, Burns & McDonnell, Austin, where are you? Thank you. Parodies, AAAE National, Scottsdale Airport, thank you. San Luis Obispo County Airport, Kevin, there he is. Baker International, Visit Newport Beach, South Coast Plaza, Hudson Group. Hudson, are you still here? Okay. HMS Host, Environmental and Infrastructure, AMEC Foster Wheeler. PSM Squared, Alicia, there she is. Airport, Stantec Consulting Services, Minter Field Airport District. There he is. Yeah, thanks, John. Siemens, Morrison Merrily. Aurora, Howard, there he is. Southwest Airlines, JetBlue, Q&D Construction, Erectitube, Recondo, Republic Parking. Wow.
46.
What is that?
God bless you, brother.
Okay.
I'm looking to see if he's here.
So Logan Teleflex, but yeah, well, you say that, okay? I'm not saying that after a couple of beers. Well, it's the same to you, pal. We'll keep rolling. We'll keep rolling. JBT Aerotech, Visit Huntington Beach. Conference exhibitors now. AAAE, Asphalt Systems, Inc., Associated Asphalt, Blue Scope Construction Government Services, Daktronics, Ennis Flint, Everbridge, Flagship Airport Services, Harbro, Prodigic. Where are you? Thank you. Rosenbauer, Minnesota Division, Signature Flight Support Corporation, Unitron Power Systems, Euratech, Visalia, no, that's wrong, V-A-I-S-A-L-A. Visala, thank you. I would have never got that. VMAG, Gate Operators, We the Creative, and Western Colloid. So thanks for bearing with me through that long list, but it's really awesome. All right, so we had a total of 218 attendees, 18 exhibitors, and almost 50 sponsors, which is really, really good. There were also up to 18 people live streaming the conference sessions at any one time. Good stuff. We're going to give away some centerpieces. Anybody want a centerpiece? All right. So we're doing the whole birthday closest to this date. So work on your table, and who's ever got the birthday that's closest to July 26th, 25th, gets the centerpiece. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. All right, all right. Here we go. Where's the Colonel? Howdy. What is it? What do you always say? Howdy, friends. That's it. I'd like to invite Jackie Freeze up for the final grand prize drawing. Jackie. Hey, Foucher.
Okie doke. We've had some grand prizes today and over the last few days, and we're down to 2. And I don't care what you think these are, I'm calling them treasure chests. We have 2 prizes. The grand prize is from Southwest Airlines, 2 $1,000 vouchers. Unfortunately, JetBlue didn't know about Southwest, and they thought they were doing really great with 2 tickets anywhere in the continental U.S. Number 1 first or number 2? Okay. I feel we should do number 1 first.
Whatever you, it's your world. It's your world right now. I'm just
Well,
serving you.
I shouldn't draw.
Oh yeah, you can.
I've always wanted a big expert violin cellist.
You got to read that last name.
No one will guess who it was, considering the yoo-hoo from down to the left. But here we go. Southwest Airlines. Upside down. Arpit. Woo-hoo! I've just been told I had 1 job and I dropped it. Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. Southwest Airlines. How long do we want to do this? Ooh, I know it's Kaufman.
A lot of coffee cards in there.
Uh-oh. Now we know. Somebody knows because they had to handwrite a name on this. Romy Quip.
Well, that was interesting. It's because you got tickets. No, you, green shirt guy, yeah. So I want to invite Mr. John Fauché up to make some scholarship presentations.
All right, folks, how are we doing tonight? So since I got the podium, I do need to thank Deanne, myself. You've been a blessing to what we've been putting together. You're phenomenal. TJ, she set the bar pretty damn high. So good luck, buddy. All right. So I'm sitting in for Vernica Reed, and she asked me to wear heels and present like she did, but I didn't think her shoes would fit me. So I'm here. All right, so just for those of you that got to sit and listen to Todd Hopley's introductory remarks when he was up here on the stage first Monday morning, where he talked about how SWAAAE, is very profitable and they're giving back to the organization. Well, Southwest SWAAAE does the same thing. And so I get here today to present 3 awards to folks that are going to be given checks to compensate them for being able to come to this conference, and then as well as another check to a gentleman who actually won an accreditation scholarship. So 4 scholarship awards tonight. So the first recipient of the being able to attend this conference, this person, I'm missing a sheet of paper. No, I'm good. All right, so she has been part of Southwest EEE for 8 years. She's been very active on like the recognition committee, the numerous conference committees, and of course she's been on the SWAAAE board recently and helped chair the 2016 conference in Henderson, so you all know who she is. She's worked at Boulder City, and then in the past she's worked at Bradley International as well as Morrison Municipal Airport. So we'd like to award the ability to come to this conference to Carrie Ahern. So if you want to come up and take a photo with the president. The next recipient of the Summer Conference Scholarship is a young gentleman that I got the opportunity to give him the Mike Shutt Scholarship back in Monterey. He's got a very interesting last name. It's hard for me to pronounce, but he's in Arizona State University right now. He's in his... And so he's in the Air Transportation Management program. One thing that we really liked about the fact within the last year, he actually at ASU, he restarted the EEE chapter for the students, so that was really good. And he attended the winter conference. He is currently an intern at CNS companies and is using that opportunity to not only learn about planning, but also about the engineering construction side of this. So without further ado, I'd like to bring Joey Mascaro to the podium and congratulate him on this conference.
All right, so first of all, just want to, I need to read that.
Your own bio?
I got my notes on here, yeah, hold on.
Your uncle's over here.
No, but just want to thank my uncle who's been an absolutely excellent mentor for me, helping point me. Is it too off? All right. No, but he's been great, helping point me in the right direction, leading me to organizations such as this. I want to thank CNS companies. It's been a great opportunity for me. Getting to see like some of these things I'm learning in school, it's a completely different thing to actually get the firsthand experience. And once again, I want to thank everyone at SWAAAE for the networking, teaching me. It's absolutely excellent, and this is why I've been trying to get this the chapter going at ASU again, is because I want my fellow students at ASU to be able to experience this too. This is, well, I think I've only said it about 100 times up here already, but it's excellent. And I think that's about it. So yeah, thank you, everyone.
I think he's a better speaker than you are. Should I go on to the next, or should we keep going? All right. So for those of you that don't know me, I can be kind of sarcastic. But this guy kind of takes the cake. So in a good way, in a good way. So this gentleman has been really a great part of our chapter for a long time. I mean, since 2011. That's good, what, 6 years, right? Sometimes you've seen him behind the camera. But back when we were bringing a lot of students into the organization, he was pretty instrumental in getting more students to come here to this conference. And currently, so when he got out of school, he started at Ventura County under the leadership of Todd McNamee as well as Jorge Rubio. And then he had an opportunity to work at Hayward Airport, and currently he's at Mineta San Jose International Airport. And I'd really like to bring to the stage Sean Moran, who gets the other scholarship. Congratulations, buddy.
Well, yes, I would like to start running my mouth right now. It's a little bit early, but let's go. Thank you very much to the Scholarship Committee and to all of you at SWAAAE. Year after year, it's always a true blessing and privilege to be able to attend these and see a lot of old faces, meet a lot of new people. Hi, Brendan. Oh, hi, Doug. And just, also see a lot of students continue to come and grow in years as they go on, see some of those students as they were attending as students now coming in as fellow peers. And I look forward to continuing that for as long as I can. Thank you again.
So those were the conference scholarships. And so the next one I'm presenting is the Accreditation and Certification Program Award Scholarship. And so unfortunately, David Dakota could not make it to the conference today, but I'm just going to say a little bit about his bio and recognize him today. So David has been with the Hayward Executive Airport since 2013. He's responsible for airport ops, admin, maintenance, LEO, and ARF functions at the airport. Prior to Hayward, David spent the previous 7 years as an airport operations duty manager at King County International Airport Boeing Field in Seattle. He has a BS in aeronautics and an MBA in strategic management from Western Governors University, and he's an active flight instructor as well as a commercial pilot. So we'd like to congratulate David, and if Doug, if you would like to say some comments on his behalf, that would be great. So congratulations, David.
Thanks. So I'd like to accept this for David. He's a valuable member of our team, and we're lucky to have him. Thank you.
Man, I got ripped on like twice already. I know, right? Thanks, Howard. I'd like to invite Mr. Brendan O'Reilly up to share the Credentials Committee. There he is.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brendan O'Reilly. I was privileged to be the committee chair for the Credential Committee. I'd like to introduce my other committee members. The lovely Miss Courtney Johnson, please stand up. Thank you, Courtney. And the equally lovely Mr. Jorge Rubio. I don't believe he's here tonight. In Ecuador. But thank you. I couldn't do it by myself. This hard job. But let's get serious. We're honoring two very experienced and accomplished airport professionals tonight. You know, when I got their packages and reviewed them, we all realized each of these gentlemen have more experience than the entire committee put together. So it's kind of a no-brainer, you know. But I'm very honored to present them with their SWAAAE credentials. The Certified Airport Executive is an esteemed award, and I don't know why these guys waited so long to get it, but they're getting it tonight. So with that said, the first gentleman started his career as a naval aviator. Don't call him a pilot, flying the P-3 Orion and other aircraft during the Cold War, later becoming station manager for Naval Air Station Moffett Field. When that base closed, he spent the next 13 years at Santa Clara County Airports as the airport director. Ironically, he's returned to Moffett Field as a airport manager for private enterprise with Google So with that being said, Mr. Carl Honecker, come on up and get your award.
Well, Brendan said it. It took way too long to do this. It's one of those things that you kind of think about for a long time, and I really have to thank my mentor, Eric Peterson, for suggesting that I do this. And I really do thank you for this. No, it's been an honor and a privilege to belong to this wonderful organization for way longer than I'd like to tell everybody, but it's kind of nice to kind of culminate it all for me. So thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you at the next conference.
Yeah, I got a little scared there when you said, ask Carl to say a few words. I don't know if he noticed that. Okay, second credential goes to a man who is both a mentor and a friend of mine personally. I was lucky enough to work with him for 3 years up at Hayward Airport. This gentleman has a combined 27 years of airport management throughout Virginia, Nevada, and now in California. He's also a private pilot with a multi-engine rating, but perhaps the most important thing, this man taught me a lesson, and I want to share that with you guys tonight, especially the young folks starting out. When I started working with this man, he said, you know, working the GA route, we're going to see a lot of weird things. You should really start like a, you know, don't call it a diary, those are for girls, right? Start writing down all the crazy stuff you see. All the crazy characters we meet, all the whack jobs and all that, other people's term, they're whack jobs. But someday you're gonna wanna write a book about this or make a reality series, and it's true. So trust me when I say that. Start writing down the crazy things you see, because 10 years go by and you think about, whoa, the crazy stuff I've seen. So the best advice I ever got. So. With that being said, Mr. Doug McNeely from Hayward Airport, come on up.
He assured me I didn't have to say anything. So here I am. Thank you very much, Brendan. No, thank you to the selection committee. Thank you to the board. It's really an honor to be here. It's been, doesn't seem like 30 years could go by that fast, and hopefully I'll be here for a few more. Thank you very much.
So I'd like to invite Mike Dickin to the stage, please. He's coming, hold on. He has the fun job. He gets to do the more award announcements. So, Mr. Dickin.
Hey,
Good evening, and I want to thank Gary for giving me the job of being the chair of the awards committee. I think it's probably one of the best jobs that a member of the board gets to do. We get to review nominations from you for your peers with regards to service to the chapter and service to the industry. I'm going to also follow a tradition and basically say, yatta hey. We went through, I don't know how many solicitations for nominations, and we still ended up falling short. So I challenge you as a chapter to pay attention to your peers, pay attention to your corporate partners in this industry, and please nominate. We've got these great awards, and we need to give them out. So I'm going to follow John's lead on that one. So please nominate folks that you feel are deserving of awards. We've got them. Let's do it. So the first award is the SWAAAE Award of Distinction. And the SWAAAE Award of Distinction was created to recognize those few members of the association who have served the association and or promoted aviation with uncommon dedication. And so the 2017 award is going to go to someone who was nominated by 7 different people cooperated in this nomination. I know I will certainly give it away, but these folks were Brent Shiner, Carl Honecker, Jennifer Maples, Rod Dinger, Mark Widsoe, Klasha Nairn, and Lynn Cusey. So all of these, I mean, these are like superstars in our organization, and they all got together and put together the recommendation for this nomination. So the award of distinction for this year is going to go to someone who's been involved with airport management since 1997. He has spent his entire career with one organization, which is that organization's great luck. A lot of us have kind of moved around a bit, and Santa Clara County has been fortunate enough to have one person work their way up from an operations worker to an airport supervisor, airport business manager, assistant director of county airports, interim director of county airports, and most recently director of county airports, all in the span of, if my math is correct, 20 years. So his contributions to the organization and our industry have included the development of the Santa Clara County Airport System Master Plan, completion of a, I'm sure, challenging Part 150 noise study at Reed Hillview, development of numerous airport programs designed to provide efficient, effective, and seamless customer service to airport tenants and users, the financial planning and budgeting that helped guide Santa Clara County airports through the dot-com collapse. I'm sure that most of us would struggle if our revenue stream was pretty much just pulled out from underneath us. And good planning and financial management helped steer the county through that with regards to their airports. He's provided leadership for public outreach and communication to successfully defend the value of Reed Hillview Airport, thus helping ensure the airport's continued operation. He has participated in the planning, design, and construction of several multi-million-dollar AIP projects, including the construction of 100 new hangars at San Martin Airport. He, imagine this, he did something special with computers. And he ended up helping to develop a database and tracking system for airport tenant leases, billing of transient operations, other airport business metrics to streamline the revenue collection and provide import data regarding the economic value of the airport system. He serves in his spare time. He serves as an associate professor at his alma mater, San Jose State, where he teaches classes on airport management. He's also currently the chairman of San Jose State University Aviation Advisory Board, providing recommendations to the engineering college staff and university administration on program development with regards to aviation management. But, you know, part of this award is about contributing to the chapter. And honestly, when we think about it, it's easier to list what he has not done for the chapter as compared to what he's done. So he's chaired the SWAAAE conference with regards to GA and small hubs. He's served numerous times as chair for the Airport Management Short Course. And honestly, I've been involved in SWAAAE now for 10 or 11 years. I don't think he has missed contributing to a SWAAAE conference since I've been around. So that's probably as long as he's been around. So he is always one to step forward and take care of what needs to get done. He was elected to the board of directors in 2008, and after a hard-fought campaign, EP for VP, he became the president of SWAAAE in 2014. He's the technology chair for SWAAAE. When the board decided that, as you heard earlier today, we talked about the budget and spending down so that we kind of maintain what we believe is a fiscally responsible process. When the call went out to spend money, he stepped right up. He helped us to develop a technology program, develop the budget for that, spend the money, and the result of his efforts are visible everywhere you look at our conference. He has developed the sound system. We are now the only chapter in SWAAAE that streams live of our board meetings and our conferences. And his leadership and suggestions have put us in the forefront of providing value to our membership, while ultimately saving the chapter money because we don't have to rent stuff at the exorbitant rate that facilities charge. So now our brothers and sisters in Hawaii and elsewhere can remote in to attend our chapter meetings and conferences. And I have personally witnessed the amount of time and effort that Eric and his helpers spend to set this stuff up. And it is no small task. And gosh, I think I've only heard him gripe once or twice. So then we come to this one. So, okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Is there anyone in this room that has not heard that with a camera pointed at you? He is everywhere with his camera and his smile to chronicle the SWAAAE story. Every conference begins and ends with his montage of people, places, and events that show us at our best, being friends and having a whole lot of fun. So when the summer conference became a work and family-centric event, we all got to see Eric where he really shines. He's a family guy, he's a loving husband and a father. And he told me that he used to be blonde too. But I want to quote something from the nomination, and it stated, "On many levels, Eric represents what many of us believe is the definition of the SWAAAE family. He is genuine, good-hearted, loyal, and a good friend to everyone." The awards committee could not agree more. So it gives me great pleasure to present the 2017 SWAAAE Award of Distinction to Mr. Eric Peterson.
Many of the younger folks here don't know Brent Shiner, but Brent was the key person behind the concept of providing the input for this award for Eric. Brent's not here tonight, but for those of us who know him, Brent's back in the airport business. You'll see him soon, but he couldn't be here tonight. So thank you, Brent.
I'm not real sure what to say. To wipe the tears away. It's actually there's nothing I can say. You already heard it all. I mean I want that right up because that's going on my LinkedIn page right there. But I know that Carl had a lot to do with this also. I heard a lot of stuff in there that sounded a whole lot better on paper than I would have ever come up with. I've had a great time with all of you. I like hiding behind the camera, but it gives me an opportunity to meet each and every one of you, and it is kind of like a family. Have a good time. I look forward to this. I'm exhausted by the time it's done, but I always have a good time, and I guess that's really it. Thank you all very much.
Someplace in here. Okay. The other nomination we actually had 3 nominations for the Airport Executive of the Year. The 3 nominations or nominees were really exceptional, and it was kind of tough for the committee to go through and actually identify one. But these 3 candidates were just so committed to making change and improvements within their organization that it was compelling to read what they've accomplished and in the short time that they've accomplished it and the great value that they have brought to their organization and the level of professionalism that they represent all of us with. So I'll tell you that the 3 nominees were Jonathan Hudson at Minter Field, Andy Swanson at Palo Alto, and Gladys Wiggins down in Yuma, Arizona. And as I start to read the accomplishments, it probably won't take too long to realize who I'm talking about. So congratulations to all the nominees. Again, they are outstanding representatives of our profession. So let's find it. The Airport Executive of the Year nomination is an award to commend an airport executive who has demonstrated superior performance in the following areas: providing public service to the community in the form of an efficient air transportation facility, public relations accomplishments in the area of a good neighbor, environmental achievements in the areas of aesthetics, noise, pollution reduction or control, good business management and budget control, utilization of airport revenue, development of new resources of revenue and control of expenses, efficient handling of the administrative complexities of state and federal grant programs, management functions and good labor relations with employees and tenants, and personal integrity and professional reputation, both in the public community and among peers in the airport management field. That is no low bar. The candidates, so our nominee and ultimate recipient came to the airports while working as a civil engineer for an engineering firm on airport projects, where she contracted the airport bug. Our candidate quickly advanced from Director of Operations to Deputy Airport Director to Airport Director. Our nominee holds a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering and a Master's degree in Business Administration. With a strong engineering background, our nominee has personally directed the Airport Capital Improvement Program from planning through project completion, including numerous airport and terminal projects. A hallmark of our candidate's leadership has been tireless promotion of the role airports play in the economic development of a region. Her success in managing her responsibilities of commercial air service development, general aviation support facilities, and the airport's defense contractor complex have all contributed to the local community's economic growth. Recent professional accomplishments of our nominee include past president of the Arizona Airports Association, chair of the Arizona Airports Association Legislative Committee, and part of the coordinating committee for the 2017 Arizona Aviation Day at the state capitol. Vice chair of AAAE's Industrial Aviation Military Affairs Committee, a certified member of AAAE, a past member of the SWAAAE Board of Directors, as well as serving on numerous conference planning committees. Closer to home, she's also been nominated twice for the Yuma Chamber of Commerce Athena Award. She's actively advocates for and contributes to the Yuma area schools' STEM curriculum and program by visiting schools to promote the advantages of STEM-based profession. In her previous life, she was also a high school math teacher. She assists with the local Math Counts competition. She's a member of the Arizona Western College of Engineering Advisory Committee and chair of the Human National Society of Professional Engineers. And then she has free time. Can you imagine that? She actually has free time. She helps coach the Gila Ridge High School girls varsity basketball team. Gladys playing ball. She also helps coach the Castle Dome Middle School 7th grade boys basketball team. She helps coach the Yuma AAU Title IX girls basketball team. She's a past president of the Southwest Cactus Officials Association. She also officiates high school, youth, and rec league basketball. I wonder how many argue with her about a call. But her proudest role is as the wife to Staff Sergeant Castle Wiggins, U.S. Marine Corps, retired? Can I say that there, Rod? Okay, medically retired, so we can say he's a retired Marine. And mom to 3 very energetic sons. So if you've met Gladys's boys, you know that she's on the run. So I think this quote from one of the nominations sums it up pretty well. Miss Wiggins is truly the growth and future of the aviation industry and community service. So on behalf of the awards committee, it's my great pleasure to present the 2017 SWAAAE Airport Executive of the Year to Gladys Wiggins from Yuma, Arizona. We'll take a picture. Oh, Gladys isn't here.
Everybody know Gladys? She would be picking Matt Johnson up right about now. Am I right? All right, now it's my esteemed pleasure that as the president of the association to provide an award called the President's Award to a particular individual that really has stepped up, and my notes are on my phone, so I'm not checking emails or nothing. So this particular individual has been tremendous this past year during my presidency and has stepped up. This particular individual also told us a couple years ago that that person's going to step away for a while. Well, that didn't last too long because this particular person jumped right back in on their own accord to do this. So I'm going to start reading some bullet points about this person, and I would ask them to come up when completed. So this particular person worked for AOPA and consulted for 10 years. He also was the Western Pacific Region Manager. Prior to that, he had 35 years of federal experience, 29 FAA, active duty U.S. Navy, Civil Engineer Corps, assigned to staff to the Armed Forces Aid to the President Nixon. He retired about a year ago, or at least stopped being paid. That was good notes. He was a legislative committee chair for 4 years, said he was going to bow out, but stepped right back in and continue as a wonderful representative for the Southwest chapter. So let me tell you about this guy. So this particular individual, things started to get a little heated in the state of California, and I talked about this during the session where there was a bill being pressed really, really hard on causing some unfunded mandates for smaller airports. And particularly Mr. Smith's airports were very much affected. And this gentleman jumped right on in on his own accord, even though he retired, and really spearheaded it. Without a doubt, we could not have made this possible. They were going to implement some environmental evaluations on soil and air quality, and he jumped right in. He knew exactly who to talk to, how to do it. He also helped draft up the letter of opposition. Southwest chapter signed that letter, sent it right in, which he took care of, and then the next thing you know, the bill failed. And it said right on the docket that SWAAAE opposed it. That would not have happened without that gentleman. And that's what we're all here for. This is one of the main reasons why SWAAAE is what we're at. So I'm looking at this gentleman right now, and I please welcome to the floor John Pfeiffer.
Well, like Eric, I'm not sure exactly what to say. Since I started being active in SWAAAE in 1984, I don't know how many hundreds of times I've been at a microphone, either presenting or moderating, but normally I get a warning. So I guess the best thing I can say is thank you. I just really appreciate it. The bill in question was a really bad bill, and I just had the good fortune of being the first one that the committee consultant wanted to contact to find out what all the aviation organizations might think about it, and took it and ran with it, which was very good, and we had cooperation from all the alphabet organizations, and what really tied the knot was in a period of about 3 days we had to get something in, and we got concurrence from SWAAAE, AOPA, ACA, NBAA, Cal Pilots, all to be co-authors of one bill that went, or one letter that went in, and that got the author to withdraw the bill from committee. Now, unfortunately, it's not dead. California has a 2-year legislative session every 2 years, unlike Nevada, the wise folks in Nevada who have a 120-day session every 2 years, which is much better, some would say. But anyway, so we are there, and I was just appreciated the opportunity to do it. I would say that it's been a real blessing to be involved with SWAAAE all these years, as well as other organizations. I've heard the use of the word family over and over this conference, and I just thank God every day for my families, my family, my church family, my SWAAAE family, my airports family. And I just want to say thanks particularly to lots of members here in this dinner tonight. It's been a really bad year for my family, and when my wife was diagnosed with terminal cancer about this time last year, a lot of you stepped up and prayed for me and encouraged me every day. So thank you very much.
The other item I'd like to talk a little bit about is another one of our folks that come here all the time is not here today because he's retiring very soon. And I think we all know him. He had a really thick mustache and a really funny voice. And I tried to figure out what he had, and he kind of looks like this or something like that. I don't know. But our good friend Leanda Howery, from the airport manager of Livermore Municipal Airport, is retiring at the end of this month. And I tried really hard to get him here, but his schedule was full. And we said, come on here, we'll take care of you. We want to recognize you. You're part of the family. When I started with SWAAAE 10 years ago and I was the credentials chair, he was part of that committee with Gary Peterson. Could you imagine them two on a committee? It's crazy. But anyway, I just want to give Mr. Leanda Howery a round of applause and congratulations for his retirement. With that, I'd like to invite immediate past President Smith up to talk about elections.
Thank you, sir. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. I am pleased to announce that all those running unopposed did, in fact, beat the write-in. So those are Kevin Buman, Southern California, please stand. Dean Schultz, Nevada. Corrine Nystrom, Director at Large. Barney Helmick, Arizona Board Member. And of course, Jeff Leonard, our Corporate Director. Thank you for stepping up, sir. Good luck, and I feel bad for you already, but thank you. And then our two contested positions, beginning with Northern California. The victor among TJ Chen, Judy Ross, and Andy Swanson was Judy Ross. Congratulations, Judy. There she is. Congratulations. And again, if you were at the general membership meeting, we will likely have an appointment tonight as our incoming president announces the vacancy for Northern California. The superstars of tonight's event, Second Vice President Danette Bewley and Jennifer Maples. The hard-fought contest does in fact go to Miss Jennifer Maples. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, so this is the part of the program that we get to present plaques to our outgoing folks on the board of directors, the folks that are not coming back. Some of them I'm glad to see leaving. Richard. And some I'm sad that they're leaving. Hopefully one we can get back. But in general, to be honest with you, and in all seriousness, again, we have one heck of a board, and I don't know how much hard work and dedication these folks do, and they're the heavy hitters. I mean, you got to think about these folks are CEOs, airport directors, and they take their time out because we're all busy, and they are always very responsive. They do all of their work. They don't ask anybody else to do it. They're responsive to getting the board reports done. If not, Kathy yells at them. Most people get it on time. Sorry, didn't mean to point you out, Jonathan, but generally speaking, they do a heck of a job. So it's very important for me as the outgoing president to recognize all the hard work. So I'd like to invite each one of them up if we can indulge us for a second. There's a few of them here to provide the outgoing plaques. For the first person, for the state of Nevada, Ms. Carrie A. Hearn. This particular individual just flat out left us because she got some really big job in San Diego as the CEO. So she was San Jose director, but she got the really cool job now. But she couldn't be here tonight. I tried, but she's very busy. So I just want to recognize with a round of applause, Ms. Kim Becker. Very good friend of mine, and the guy that I battled to get into this position right now, which I won by one vote or something like that because you were bribing people. But a good friend of mine, our awards MC, Mr. Mike Dickin. So I begged and begged and begged and begged and pleaded this individual who left us as well, that worked in the city of Phoenix and then wanted to go to the great state of Dallas area and all this, to please come out and moderate a session. And when I called him, he's like, is there any white ale beer that's going to be there? And I said, yep. So with that, I'd like to thank Chad Mikowski for all the hard work and dedication. Please, Chad, come on up. Called this guy too, and Richard and I said, who would be a great fit since everybody left me on the board? I had half the board leave. I don't know what that means, but that's okay. I figured you would. Does that happen at the AAA level, that people just split? I'm not looking at you, Rod. Go figure. Anyway, I want to recognize our Credentials Committee Chair, Mr. Brendan O'Reilly. Thank you for stepping up and helping us out this past year. So, this particular individual, I had the true pleasure, and this in all honesty, to follow him through the chairs, watch how he really, I think, turned the ship significantly. Just an incredible gentleman, a great friend of mine. Honored to give him this. I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for the chapter. He is leaving the board of directors, and he will be probably at the beach a lot instead of being at these meetings. But I do want to recognize Mr. Richard Smith, our immediate past president. You're on deck, buddy. So, you ready? I'm going to throw you the mic and just go. No, I'm only kidding. All right, so this is my opportunity to say thank you. This is my last remarks as your president of the Southwest chapter. It's been an honor to serve you, to do the things that you asked me to do in our board. There was 3 things I talked about last year during my very short speech. Transparency, the word that we've been talking about, the word of the day, family, and mentorship. I challenged each of you to get involved, particularly in the mentorship category, finding a student or an individual and getting them passionate about aviation, to really get them involved. We know within the next 10 years, a lot of people are retiring. There's a pilot shortage coming, and I challenge you because this group right here is the leadership in the entire Southwest. So I'm hoping some of you, even if 2 of you, took that leadership role and started to talk to some individuals to get them excited and involved, then we're winning. We're already ahead of the game. And I hope that continues when I leave as your president. Transparency was a thing that our immediate past President Smith started to make sure that everybody is aware of what's going on. We made a lot of changes, I think mostly for the good. I've gotten more people engaged in the executive level. We've had a wonderful slate of candidates, which will tell you a lot. Record attendance, over 200 people again. Sponsorships through the roof. That's got to say something of what we're doing. And I want to continue that. And I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever, because I've had the pleasure of being on the board with our incoming president, Mr. Stout, that he's going to take the reins, run with it, because I think I set the bar really low. Is that what you told me? So with that, I have one more act. As Donald Trump would say, our good president, I'm going to get to pardon 2 people. I'm not going to tell you why. First person I'm going to pardon happens to be working for me. He's going to be working night shift soon. But my good friend, little Jet Fuel Johnson over there, if it wasn't for him, this party probably hadn't been started to the level. So thank you, Mr. Johnson, for being here. And then this one, I didn't make this up. This just came out of blue because I always go to the right people because they always the right word. This particular individual will be pardoned for the attempted dereliction of duty because this particular immediate past president barely showed up to anything. He just shows up, throws a suit on, does the thing, and he's gone by the pool. Didn't see him all week. Didn't see him at the FA conference. So for that, I'm going to pardon you, Mr. Smith. So. So with that, I just want to, again, close as your president. Thank you very much for the honor and opportunity. I've been very blessed to be here, to be with this family. You guys are wonderful. All of you have been very, very supportive of me. And I would like to now invite Mr. and Mrs. Stout and my beautiful sister-in-law, Jeannie Mascaro, up to the podium. So one of the cool things is they have this beautiful plaque with all of the presidents, starting with our good friend Dutch Berthoff, and they place all of the names on it, and we just added Mr. Stout's name. You get to take this with you and put it wherever you want for the next year, and it is yours. So congratulations, Mr. President.
So I get to start with some thank yous. So just like you get to present me with a plaque, I get to present you with a plaque for appreciating you for your service as president of SWAAAE. And we do have a gift for you.
All right.
It's tradition to give the outgoing president a gift. And we know that you are a fan of scuba diving, and that as past president, you'll be representing the chapter again at the Issues Conference. So on behalf of SWAAAE and our membership, I'd like to present you for a certificate for scuba diving in Hawaii.
All right. Dude, really? We gave you a really nice award and you throw a picture like that up?
Yeah.
Take that award back, Mr. President. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
You've been saying that all week. So he's been saying, good luck. It's all you, buddy, so it's official. I want to thank you for letting me be your president. It's typical for the president to talk about their goals for their year as president, and I want to do it more of a story. So about April, during the last board meeting, started to think, oh crap, July's coming really quick. What am I going to concentrate on? And it was really, really hard. Our past presidents, Mr. Peterson, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Mascaro have done a wonderful job leading this chapter. And so because of that, it's like, well, where can I really work to tweak the chapter, kind of take it to the next thing, elevate it? It's not really looking good here. They focused on the transparency, bringing in the larger airports. We've done a great job bringing in the large airports to the chapter, increasing membership, increasing the advocacy, increasing our inclusiveness, bringing in more people to participate. And talked to Kathy getting ready for this presentation, and since 2014, we've increased our membership by 40%. So we've gone from 423 members to a record of 593. And so, where do I go with this? So I kept scratching the head. Coming in as president, you get to start selecting your conference chairs and committee chairs. And so started going through that, talking to the current chairs under Gary's leadership. Thought we had a great team under his leadership on our conferences, and started getting good responses from all the people that are currently participating, asking them if they were willing to step up again. Started getting a theme though. Well, I don't know. Been doing this for a long time. Starting to get a little burnt. So started gelling with an idea of what I wanted to focus on. Started talking to other past presidents and other longtime members. Okay, what advice do you have for an incoming president for his presidential speech? There were 3 things. One is to thank your spouse. So thank you very much, Wendy, for putting up with all this extra travel. And it always seemed to be that every time I would be away at a conference, something happened. A time where the water line broke to the house, digging it up in a rainstorm, cow gets out, have to chase it down, have to shoot a wild pig because it's chasing the kids. So, you know, she's been very patient and very accommodating on my efforts to become your president. The second is to be brief, because you get to follow a long part of a presentation. Gary didn't keep it on time like his other meetings. We're a little over here, so brevity was pushed. Try and keep it under 8 to 10 minutes. And I tend to be known for keeping it brief, keeping it blunt, and being seated. So I'm trying to do that for you tonight. And then the last is to make sure you focus on only one thing. You only have 12 months. It's limited what you're going to be able to do as president. And so with that in mind, and seeing that there's people that have dedicated a lot of time and effort for the chapter, but we've not really done a great job in our succession planning. So the thing I'd like to focus on for the next year is getting more people involved. Not that anybody needs to be pushed out of the way. We just need to have that backup. So when somebody is saying, I'm getting tired, who's coming behind them? We need to do some work with the bylaws, encourage a better vice chair position and vice chair program to get those backups. Eric would greatly love to be a little more retired with the camera instead of doing all the stuff in the back room. But right now we don't have anybody behind him to step up and really take on the whole system. So it's those types of things that are going to be my focus. The other focus, and I have to go back to Mike Shutt. I started getting involved in the chapter. Somebody needs to be planting seeds in our membership. Who's going to be the next leaders in SWAAAE? Who's going to be the next leaders in SWAAAE? I came to Sonoma County in 2002. One of the first people I met was Mike Shutt. He was the engineer for Sonoma County since the 1970s. He had a lot of history and knowledge about the airport, was great to work with, and he kept saying, hey, welcome to Sonoma County. You need to go to this thing in Monterey. It's with SWAAAE. So I was able to come my first year to SWAAAE and slowly started getting involved. Next thing he said, after a little while, well, now that you've tried it, when are you going to start getting involved? Well, where I was at the time, new to Sonoma County, wanting to finish my accreditation, it wasn't the right time for me. So I kind of kept putting them off. Well, maybe a little later. So after I finally got my accreditation in Fresno at the summer conference, it's like, hey, maybe I can. So I started getting involved with the Monterey chapter, the Monterey conference, and then wasn't quick enough stepping back when somebody said, hey, we need a volunteer for a summer conference. Volunteered Sonoma County, stepped up, did that, got elected to the board, and it was because of Mike pushing, get involved. He planted that seed. It took a long time for that seed to start to grow, but here I am today as your president, very happy to be here tonight representing the chapter and the membership, and I want to do that for this next year, be Johnny Appleseed and plant seeds in our membership and get the next people involved. So that'll be my focus, getting more people involved, having that backup for all of our volunteers, planting the seed for our next leadership, getting it, spreading the word with our 593 members. And with that, I'm very pleased to be your president coming in, and I will do my best to do your bidding, and I thank you for the opportunity. With that, I get to introduce my board and your board. So we'll start out with First Vice President Jonathan Hudson. I have everybody stand as I mention their names. Second Vice President Jennifer Maples. Northern California Director Judy Ross, congratulations. And one of my first actions as president is to fill the vacant spot from Kim Becker for Northern California. And I'm pleased to announce that Andy Swanson will be filling that position for the next year. Southern California Director, Kevin Buman. Southern California Director, Rob Probst. Arizona Director, Barney Hymick. Director at Large, Corrine Nystrom. Nevada Director, Dean Schultz. Corporate Director, Jeff Leonard. Corporate Director, Arpit Malavaya. Jennifer doesn't need to stand, but this will be a future opportunity. Our Board of Examiners Representative, Jennifer Maples. our AAA nominating committee representative, Barry Rondinella. Our AAA director, Danette Bewley. AAA director, Scott Malta. Our second vice chair for AAA, Todd McNamee. And last but not least, our past president, Gary Mascara. And then it's also my pleasure to introduce, and I'd like you to wait on your applause until the end of the list. And the reason why I'm bringing this list up is it's a great opportunity for you to get involved with a chapter. Your committee chairs for 2017-18, AAA Academic Relations Chair, Welton Trang, AAA Diversity Task Force, TJ Chen, Accreditation, Jennifer Maples, Airport Management Short Course, Amanda Shankland, Awards, Courtney Johnson, Bylaws, Jennifer Maples, Credentials, Kevin Buman, Ethics, Jonathan Hudson. It's a tough committee. Industry Issues and Possessions, myself. Finance, Jonathan Hudson. Historical, Carrie Ahern. Legislative, Tim Bannon. Membership, Rod Prost. Nominating, Gary Mascaro. Policies and Procedures, Jennifer Maples. Resolutions and Recognition, Gladys Brown Wiggins. Scholarship, Vernica Reed. Summer Conference, TJ Chen. Technology, for at least one more year, Eric Peterson. So anybody that's technologically savvy, Eric and I are looking for a good vice chair to help out with Monterey next summer and hopefully be the next chair. Time and place, Jonathan Hudson. So I want to thank all those committee chairs for stepping up again for another year, and I look forward to working with you and getting more people involved to help you on your committees. And with that, getting ready to close. We're almost done, so it's almost that bar time. I'd like to announce that the 58th Annual Airport Monterey, our Management Short Course in Monterey is to be held January 28th through January 31st, back at the Monterey Plaza. Amanda's not here tonight to give an update on that, so we'll have more information in our alerts. I'd like to have TJ Chen come to the podium and give an update for the 2018 72nd Annual Summer Conference.
Well, thank you all, and we certainly look forward to the opportunity. First of all, I know John mentioned that Barry set a very high bar, and I love a challenge. We love to do better and improve on this conference next summer. And I think I have two short videos to showcase Sacramento. It's a great town. I've been there for 2 years now, and but I've been involved with Sacramento County for a long time, for over 10 years. So the downtown has certainly transformed, and it's going to be held at the Hyatt, which is just right across the street from the Capitol building. And it's going to be a great time. And I look forward to take the party up to Northern Cal, my hometown. So the party will live on, and we look forward to all of you, and even more of you that aren't here, and we'll have a good time. And also, lastly, just this is fairly new to me to be more involved with the organization, and certainly look for all of your help to make our conference next year a success. And any input you have, any feedback you have, I love to take them. And I have organized a team within Sacramento County to really get the process going, and we look forward to have all of you next summer. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
One more. We're not quite done.
Didn't know I'd shine before, anticipated you locked the door. How could I know you'd let me in? How could I trust premonition? This is the time where it all comes back, back in your head, you remember that. Back in your heart, you expected it. Back in your life, you suspected it. You could hear it calling, hear it calling out, hear it calling. Calling out, how could I know if I gave you time, you'd come around and you'd change my mind, change my mind. Just in time, listen now. This is the time where it all floods back, back in my head. I remember that. Danced around the room where you held me close, where you belong with the ones you know. I can hear you calling, hear you calling out, hear you calling, hear you calling out, hear you calling. This is the time when it all floods back, back in my head. I remember that. Danced around the room where you held me close, where you belong with the ones you know. I can hear you calling, hear you calling out, hear you calling, hear you calling out, hear you calling out.
So I'm looking forward to working with TJ and the Sacramento County Airports for next year. I'm sure they'll do a great job and hopefully raise the bar over what Barry and his team did for our summer conference. And is it too early to start thinking about turning over, being past president? Passing the baton to Jonathan. 2 housekeeping items, and then I'd like Jennifer Maples to come up for our conference poem, and then you are out of here. The post-banquet reception will take place in the Cardiff Room and patio. That is where we have the exhibit hall. So it's just across the hallway, and looking forward to toasting one with you tonight. And then, thank you, Gary. And then if you're on the airport tour tomorrow, the bus will pick up attendees in front of the hotel at 10 a.m., and the bus will leave for the John Wayne Airport at 10:15. And with that, Jennifer Maples.
So while I wait for my computer to come up, two thoughts to share. One, to be really clear, I'm only temporarily going to stay on the accreditation committee because I want to be able to give my full attention to the chapter. And so if you're an active accredited member and you're interested, let's chat. I'll also probably be looking for a ghost author or co-writer or stand-in on the poem because I think I might be a little too busy to do this. So if you know how to put a couple sentences together and you can rhyme, let's chat. Okay, with that. Gotta wrestle this thing. I don't have a title for the poem this year. It's just SWAAAE Summer Conference poem, so there you go. You ready? Fasten your seatbelts. As our time in Orange County is soon coming to an end, we pause to reflect on our time together with colleagues and friends. Barry and his amazing team undeniably put on a fantastic show. Deanne, Angela, and of course Joel kept things going in a seamless flow. The weather ordered on our behalf according to Barry's not so humble boast. I don't believe anyone would disagree. John Wayne Airport is an amazing host. Waves of change, oceans of opportunity, a great theme for this lovely place. A jam-packed agenda and fantastic events kept us going at a steady pace. Gary's last board meeting as El Presidente was somewhat of a blur. Done in record time, but he wasn't rushing, just efficient to be sure. Some unfortunately missed the meeting, good reasons they all had. Danette made it in, despite the mechanical in Vegas, that's always bad. Castle Airport is a forward attack base where Malta is unfortunately mired. Our thoughts are with him and those near Yosemite fighting the Mariposa fire. Welly, oh, hold on, scrolled up too far, sorry. Welly was in San Francisco where he was watching the meeting online. A half marathon he ran Sunday morning, yet made it to the conference on time. After the board and committee dinner, away we went to the president's suite, playing Go Fish, please, and food toss games, leaving Miss Scarrow's room not so neat. The golf tournament best of contests were nearly swept by the two stewards. Todd McNamee accepted longest drive for the elusive Mr. Hertz. Waiting for it to sink in. All right. The welcome reception at Lion Museum, the event was really a notch above. The historic airplanes and cars were fabulous. Really, what's not to love? The conference welcome featured a diverse set of speakers with aplomb, including Chair Brockman, aka the Colonel, a Southwest chapter alum. Hopley shared news from the mothership and the goings-on over in DC, how SWAAAE is enhancing membership, giving back to chapters, and you and me. Walt's love of aviation, shared by Jim Doyle, our keynote from Disney, and a private screening of the first film to feature Mickey called Plane Crazy. Session topics varied from advocacy to airfield design and much more. The guest-centered airport and events, we had great speakers galore. The panels featured several speakers from other chapters far and wide. Northwest Great Lakes and Chad the defector that he missed us, he couldn't hide. Come on, that was funny. All right. He used to be my boss, so you know, I gotta get in where I can. Familiar faces resided in the back, like Wes Davis and our beloved EP. Husband on sound, Witso on the mic, almost a real technology committee. We were honored to have several notable guests. Herman Bliss, an FAA legend, and Oris Dunham is known for his amazing work with the AAA Scholarship Foundation. We would be remiss not to mention our own EC rep, Todd McNamee. He represents us well and does us proud and speaks on our behalf so eloquently. The Monday night beach party at Newport Dunes simply couldn't be beat. Good food and games, lively music, and excellent company was a great treat. Crisis averted with marshmallows found as fire pits burned well into the night. For those who left early when drink tickets ran out, An open bar made things all right. Noise curfew in place, the hotel patio became the late night SWAAAE hangout. The crowd got hangry. Tim Bannon took charge and ordered pizza. Let's give him a shout. Tuesday's sessions covered ACs and drones and observations from the left seat, not to mention digital media, future funding, and of course, security. We got a little behind schedule, but made it up during the membership meeting. Kathy tried to corral us, and we joked about being at the kids' table with the seating. The election was efficient and well run by our own Mr. Smith, soon to take his leave. Departing the executive team, he served us well, and Gary steps in as his relief. We met a lot of new exhibitors, and there were prize drawings around the clock. Carmen and Jackie did a great job, and both Kathy and Desiree really rock. None of this would be possible without sponsors, exhibitors, and a great conference team. Let's thank them once again for their support and making it look easy, or so it seemed. Tonight we celebrate together, honoring some of our own for the good work they do. And let's not forget the scholarship for those who one day make their mark too. The gavel changes hands, pins are exchanged, some of our traditions that endure. Mr. Stout will lead our chapter well and with confidence into the future. We heed our new president's call to arms. There's much work to be done, and we have a membership up to the challenge, yet still knows how to have fun. So off we go to the post-banquet reception to talk and laugh and share a drink or two. Soon we'll say our goodbyes, exchange handshakes and hugs with friends old and new. Next summer we're in Sacramento, and before then in Monterey. For our next family reunion, we'll come together to work and play. Until then, my dear friends, I wish you safe travels and much needed rest. Thank you for always being the chapter that is without the doubt the very best. Thank you.
It's official. We're out of here. Real quick, can we have the new board come up to the front for a photo? Will the new board come to the front of the room? Is that louder, Eric? We need the new board up to the front, please.